Hey, I can't believe I'm making a video right now. You know what? I'm gonna try again. Okay guys, I was just kidding. I'm just really kind of surprised I'm having a chance to do this again, which is make a video. I'm sure everyone's been wondering where I've been. Actually, I doubt that. Time to go again. But seriously, I want to thank you all for being super patient with this channel. I know it's been almost a month, I think, since I picked just shot a video. I'm sure everyone's been wondering, oh, wait a sec, we haven't even done an intro. Gonna have to go again. Chris here again with Hertastic Reviews. That's my flick pick impression. Flick pick. Anyway, no, seriously guys, and girls, it's Chris from with Hertastic Reviews here today, and I'm super excited to finally be back for this channel. I've added some great stuff, and I thought this video could be kind of like an update on like what's been going on, what I've been up to, and then talk about some videos, Blu-rays that I picked up over this last month or so, because I think that's how long since it's been since my last channel update. You know, I was doing student teaching. It's part of my courses for graduating, and so I've been busy doing that, schoolwork and such, and hanging out with middle schoolers, to say the least. But you know, it was a really great experience, and I learned a lot. I met a lot of really cool kids, and I hope they do well in everything they do. But you know what? We're gonna stop talking about the schooling for a second, and let's talk about Blu-rays. I've been craving making a video, and I finally have this opportunity with student teaching being finished. I picked up some great deals to add to the collection, and I can't wait to show them off. I think if you've watched Nathan Jones's channel, he's obviously he's a big guest on this channel usually, and I'm usually a big guest on his, I think. Him and I did a really sweet Blu-ray pickup video. I'll put a link of that down below in the description. I also haven't touched my letterbox or Twitter if you follow me there. Basically all my social media has been dead as well. Anyway, I'm back and I'm ready to make some more videos and content, and I'm just so happy I get to talk about this. But you know what, I'm sure you're all telling me, you know, Chris, shut up and show off what you've shown. So I'm going to show that stuff off. First, I'm going to start with a gift that came to me, like, I think in February or March. I don't think I actually showed it off very often, except maybe in that Blu-ray collection video. But what I wanted to talk about is the Magnificent Ambersons. This is an Orson Welles film on Criterion that Nathan Jones was so nice to give me. He can be a sweetheart sometimes. He got me this as a present, and I've yet to watch it. I know the great thing about this movie is it was nominated for Best Picture in 1942. You know, 1942's Orson Welles, The Magnificent Ambersons. It's obviously about a rich family that kind of had to go through some hard times, I believe. I know RKO Studios' version of this was like completely the disgrace of what Orson Welles originally directed, but it was still nominated for Best Picture in 1942, I believe. But this Criterion edition actually gives you the option to watch either or, so looking forward to that. Sticking with the whole theme of Criterion movies, I haven't been watching a lot of them, but it was my birthday on April 10th, and we had a party for me that following weekend. Excuse me, I'm just so excited. And my friend Daniel, who's been on this channel before, and also Nathan Jones's, he got me a birthday present, and he was a super sweetie about it because he got me Dressed to Kill by Brian De Palma. I think I told him I've been wanting to get into the filmography of Brian. I've only seen Carrie and Scarface, but I haven't seen Dressed to Kill. I've heard a lot about it. I also want to see Blowout. I've seen Blow Up, which is the movie by Antonioni that influenced De Palma for Blowout. But Dressed to Kill, yeah, Dana got it for me for a birthday present, and he said Michael Caine gives an amazing performance in this. So I'm super excited to hear about what people have to say down below about this movie, and I can't wait to write a review on it once I get to watch it. So yeah, that's gonna do it for the Criterion movies. Let's move on to a few movie pickups I've had over this last month or so. The first movie is gonna be ESPN's 5-film set. I have the 30 for 30 like with a bunch of other movies, but this only has 5 films, It has Catching Hell, Charismatic, The Fab Five, which I absolutely love that movie. It's a documentary, but it's a really well-made movie with the original Fab Five, except I think Chris Webber. Really great film. I love sports documentaries and sports drama. And this obviously gets us to help feed that addiction of mine, along with that ESPN 30 for 30 film set that I have. So it also has Herschel and Renee, which I haven't seen. No, I've seen the Herschel one, but I haven't seen Renee. So there you go, 30 for 30 film right there for $5 at Entertainment Mart. Thank you. Next movie we're gonna talk about are some pawn shop pickups. One pawn shop pickup is Stallone's Cliffhanger. Why is he not wearing a shirt in this? I don't know, but I'm also not complaining because, man, Stallone is jacked. Like, I'm not ashamed to say, like, the guy looks great. It's just muscles all around. Cliffhanger, this movie did get a recent Blu-ray, not a Blu-ray, but 4K upgrade, so I can only imagine that looks amazing, but I'm a poor boy, so I gotta get the Blu-ray. But I only picked this up for $4. Rennie Harlan stars in this, and I think it's John Lithgow who plays the bad guy. I haven't seen this movie in forever. But I'm looking forward to popping this in with the boys with a double feature, maybe something like Commando. I don't own Cobra, but if I had Cobra, that would go with Commando over Cliffhanger, unfortunately. But this is honestly one of Stallone's best movies, though. Seriously, it's just super entertaining. It's awesome. It's an avalanche of thrills. Next thing I want to talk about is Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid. I picked this up at a $5 bin at Walmart. It was a late night pickup. $5 for the Butch Cassidy and Sundance Kid. I used to own it. I had to double dip a little because I did own it, and then I sold it for like $2. So now I had to go around and buy it again for $5 because I absolutely love Paul Newman and Robert Redford together. If you haven't seen The Sting, I really recommend The Sting first. But I think a lot of people would say that Butch Cassidy and Sundance Kid is more Americana. It's like more of an influence, I think, than what The Sting was, just because it's a classic Western movie. And honestly, the score is amazing. I have the record of the soundtrack for this movie as well. So, I mean, Butch Cassidy and Sundance Kid. This is classic cinema, folks. You gotta pop this in someday and watch it. It's really good. Oh, speaking of classic cinema, we're gonna move on to some Zack Snyder. Did you know that if you think Batman wasn't killing people, then you're effing stupid, is what Zack Snyder's. I don't know why. Zack Snyder, I appreciate the movies he makes, but, I think some of the people who are going to rush to his aid when he says things, I think is a little ridiculous. The guy knows what he's saying. I would take it at face value, I would think. But I think it was just a funny video that surfaced about that in DC, because I actually like the DC movies. But I also really like this Dawn of the Dead remake by Zack Snyder. Well done, Mr. Snyder. This was a very great remake. But I also want to thank you, James Gunn, for the screenplay for it. This is a very entertaining movie. Picked this up at a pawn shop for $3, because the owner and I started talking a little bit, and he's like, yeah, you're kind of cool and stuff like that. Obviously, because I buy a lot of movies when I go in there. But he sold this movie for $3. Definitely not as good as the original, but still a very rare and very good remake. So happy to have Dawn of the Dead. You see it at pawn shops all the time. Just pick it up. Pick up the best looking one that's not dirty, and just buy it because it's a good movie if you haven't seen it yet. Another movie I picked up at that same pawn shop was this triple pack of Lord of War Freelancers, but the main reason I picked it up was because it has King of New York with Christopher Walken and Lawrence Fishburne. Lawrence Fishburne. And, gosh. King of New York is an awesome movie. I don't know if you've seen it before, but it's a 1990 film. It's kind of a crime drama. It's kind of dark. It's a little gritty at times. Super stylized. Just a really great movie. Christopher Walken plays like a mob boss. It's kind of sadistic, which kind of sounds like Walken maybe in a way. Except in Click. He's kind of sadistic in Click too. But he's pretty entertaining, and he's trying to be a legitimately great actor in this, and I think he does a really good job. Freelancers, I really haven't heard much about. It has De Niro and Curtis 50 Cent and Forrest Whitaker. But I also was intrigued with Lord of War because I remember when this movie came out, it was kind of like a talked about movie. It has a 4K release as well, so I don't know if that's just because they were running out of titles to upgrade or because it just looks good. So I had to do my more research on Lord of War. I do know it has Jared Leto, Nick Cage, and Ethan Hawke. I only trust one of those actors to deliver a pretty good performance usually, and that's with my boy Hawk. So, for $3 for this as well, this is a pretty hard thing to find. Very happy, blessed, you might say, to find this. So, basically King of New York for $3 and Lord of War, depending if I like it or not. We shall see. But speaking of pawn shops, this is why I always say it. You know, folks, go to your pawn shops, check out what they have, talk to them, make some impressions. You can get some deals there. Also, check out your Facebook Marketplace, too. And don't be creepy, and you might find some great movies, okay? But these are the latest 2 pickups I made at the pawn shop, and that is, I mean, they just slapped me in the face with it. How did I not pick this up? Was Patrick Swayze in Roadhouse for $4. Roadhouse, if you haven't seen it, is a badass movie starring Patrick Swayze. And he's basically a bouncer at this club called the Double Deuce. And man, he just kicks ass and looks good. I mean, what more do you want from Swayze? But yeah, for $4, I haven't seen this cover before, so it's a little more unique, I think. So instead of like just the one with the blue neon instead of the red, and you get to see Swayze just looking at you like, what? You're not gonna put me in your Blu-ray disc player? Come on. Are you not asking for a good time? This is an amazing movie to watch with the boys. But yeah, this the next movie I picked up for the pawn shop is this action double feature with Jean-Claude Van Damme with Bloodsport and Time Cop. Now, if you haven't seen Bloodsport, that's an action movie you need to be watching. Jean-Claude Van Damme is just a badass guy in both of these movies. Time Cop is kind of like his take on the sci-fi genre, which is a little more comical than a serious tone movie. It's kind of funny. Just to see him try, but it's still fun, Jean-Claude Van Damme, and he's also kicking butt. I mean, come on. Jean-Claude. So if you don't like that, I would also recommend watching the Street Fighter movie with him too. But moving on from there, we're moving to Best Buy. I actually picked up both of these movies. One of them with Nathan, and the other one was in the $5 bin. But let's talk about that $5 bin one because it's grossly underpriced. That is Thomas Mann in the movie Me, Earl, and the Dying Girl. This is a movie that my roommate Seth absolutely loves. I, too, love it very much, not to the capacity of him. He has seen this movie so many times, and I can't fault him with it. It is a pretty damn good movie. Thomas Mann plays this boy named Greg, who's just kind of like a guy who tries to get along with everyone and kind of mind his own business. He has a friend named Earl, and then his mom really pushes him to talk to this one girl, who's played by Molly Shannon, and his dad is Nick Offerman, but Olivia Cooke is the female lead in this movie, and she is great as this one girl who I won't spoil much about it, but it's just a really heartwarming movie. It's kind of sad. It's super quirky and indie. It's so well made though, and Thomas Mann is awesome in this. They also talk about Criterion movies too, so my Criterion viewers, you might get a little crack of a laugh, kind of seeing what Earl and Thomas Mann's character Greg does in the movie. John Bernthal also stars as one of the coolest teachers I've ever seen in a movie. And that's until I start becoming in movies. Anyway, that was a bad joke. But the next movie I picked up, it was a pickup that I made on Nathan Jones' channel. Like I said, the link is going to be down below the description. But for those who didn't watch the video, I'll just show you now. I picked up Stanley Kubrick's 2001: A Space Odyssey on the 4K special edition. I think the shirt kind of fits it as well a little bit. But no, this is a movie I haven't actually seen all the way through. I can't ever finish it. I get kind of like, not bored, I get a little overwhelmed, I think is the right word to say about this movie. I get a little overwhelmed, and I kind of turn it off. I need to find a time when I'm by myself in the right mindset to just sit and watch this movie, because I know I need to give it the appreciation it deserves. I know it's critically praised all the way through, but for me, it's not. So I need to get into it a little bit more. But yeah, I picked this up for $24. Still sealed. It's kind of like one of those movies I don't want to like ruin in any way. So I've kept it sealed, but yeah, I was super excited because I know this movie's like out of print. Not out of print, but it's like hard to find sometimes because it's usually bought out, I guess I'll just say. But now I have it. Nathan basically put a gun to my back and said, "Take it, boy," and he grabbed my card from my wallet, forced my hand on the cashier, and basically forced me to pay for this movie. And pretty soon he'll probably put me in a chair and force me to watch it, kind of via Clockwork Orange style, where I'm just sitting there and watching the movie. That's not true, any of that. But moving on from that, I've said it before, you're checking those pawn shop deals, but check your Facebook Marketplace, folks. You're going to find some great deals on there. One of them might be something like this, an anime complete series like Samurai Champloo and this awesome box set. I've never seen it in this before. I've always seen it in that $35 edition that's kind of like green and red, but in this sweet, slick yellow version, yeah, I picked this for $12 on Facebook Marketplace. I don't know if that's a good deal or not. I'm going to say, if anything, anime under $25 is always going to be a great deal. Because they're usually bought out and the resale market is insane. But Samurai Champloo for $12, I feel like that was a good deal. Let me know in the description down below in the comment section about whether this was a good deal or not. But Samurai Champloo is a really fun, entertaining movie, kind of like Cowboy Bebop in a way, kind of like a more westernized anime from Japan. It's just super cool. Steve Bloom, once again, who played Spike Spiegel, stars in this as the voice actor. Super fun, super stylized, super great music in this anime. So like, I just really want to get into it and just binge it, kind of like what I did with Cowboy Bebop a year or so ago. So Cowboy Bebop, $12. Check your Facebook Marketplace because you might find that. Not only that, but you can go to places like Family Video if you have one in your area. Sometimes they sell movies on the cheap. So I went to a Family Video after student teaching one day, and they had one of my top 10 movies of 2018 for $5.99 with the slipcover. I mean, I had to ask the lady a little bit. I was like, hey, can I just take this? There's an extra few copies and it doesn't have the sticker, and she let me. And I was like, bless you, woman from the heavens, because this movie means a lot to me. I saw it in theaters. I wasn't super excited to see it, but I saw it in theaters anyway because it was my buddy Daniel's. It was his bachelor party. We all took him to KC. We watched in the theater there, and I was blown away by this movie. It was super badass. It was crazy. It was fun. It had Wyatt Russell. You know, things I love. Obviously, that movie, it was number 10 on my top 10 of 2018. That movie is Overlord. Man, this movie is awesome. It's like a Nazi zombies take movie, but it's actually way more entertaining. It's got some soul to it a little bit, in the romance, but it's just a fun, crazy movie. It's just insane. It's like a vodka Red Bull. You know, if Nazi zombies had taken a shot of vodka Red Bull, and then this is what that game would become, is this movie, and it's just super amazing. Yeah, I just really love this movie. It's super expensive all the time, but having it for $5.99 I think is a steal. Excuse me. However, but yeah, really good deal. But now we're gonna go out with some of the heavy hitters. One of the movies I picked up today at a pawn shop. I quickly scurried to look at some movies so I could add it last second. I didn't think I'd find this movie, but that's Viggo Mortensen and Hidalgo. I haven't seen Hidalgo since I was a kid, and the only reason I liked it was because of Viggo Mortensen. Mostly because I just like him as an actor. But this movie's fun. He's on a horse in the desert in a race, and like a bunch of people are like hired to like kill him and like stop him from winning this race. I just also didn't know there's like a sandstorm that's chasing the whole time too. So this would be a fun movie to kind of just check out and feel some of that nostalgia with it. It's also kind of a harder movie to find too. I don't know why that's the case, but either way, I'm happy to have it because Viggo Mortensen. I just kind of been wanting to watch his movies again because even though I watched Lord of the Rings, I watched A History of Violence. You know, watching Green Book, and you know, and I want to watch some more movies with him too. Captain Fantastic's another really great movie to check out with him. My final two pickups, along with the Hidalgo I picked up at that exact same pawn shop, was this Disney movie on secondhand for $4. If that doesn't convince you to check out your pawn shops, then I don't know, maybe you're finding other cheap ways to get Blu-rays. But pawn shops for this movie was an incredible deal, which was Big Hero 6 for $4. Now, I haven't seen this movie. I've been playing Kingdom Hearts 3, so I kind of want to play this, or watch this before I get to that world, because I know it's coming up. But Big Hero 6, I hear, is a really heartfelt, awesome movie. For $4 and secondhand, Disney got, once again, nice try. Yeah, my collection still stands as being all pre-owned, so that's going to be a great addition to put between Beauty and the Beast and Cinderella. So Big Hero 6, really excited. I've also been recently watching, trying to finish up Coco on Netflix before it goes to the Disney Plus, which if you sign up for it, good for you. Nice job. But it's just probably I'm probably not going to sign up for it. But Big Hero 6, I'm very excited to check it out and see what I missed out on, because it's one of those movies that I felt like I didn't see. Mostly because I just wasn't watching a lot of movies at that time when it came out. But I want to wrap up this video with my latest purchase from this weekend. This weekend at Entertainment and Vintage Stock. It's a buy two get one free sale on pre-owned. Man, they really know how to get me. So I walked into that store. It was really busy, and excuse me. And I was like, I'm not gonna buy a lot. I don't want to spend a lot. But I had a few things on hold, and I decided I'm not going to get them. Two of them being a Studio Ghibli movie, and one being Mary Poppins Returns, which I absolutely love. But, I was looking through to put some of the movies back, and I stumbled upon this movie. I looked at it at a glance, I'm like, bleh. And I looked back around, and then I saw that great yellow sticker that lets me know that it's pre-owned. For $16.99 to wrap up this Blu-ray haul update video, I picked up for $16.99 the new recent Scream Factory release of Candyman. Candyman is a movie I haven't seen in a long time. I saw it as a TV on a TV channel called Bounce TV back home, and I just remember being super crazy and nuts. Kind of like this entity that's like haunting like the projects, I believe. I just remember it's like the projects. And he's like, you call his name, he kind of like comes to like haunt you and try and kill you or something like that. Like I said, I haven't seen this movie since I think I was like 17 or 18 years old. And it was late at night, it was like 1 a.m. So I know with the recent release of Us and Jordan Peele, Candyman was a big influence on him. And I also know he's working on a remake for Candyman. So having the original on the Scream Factory release, I'm really giddy and excited to watch it. I know Daniel really loves this movie too. So I think somebody, I forgot who picked up the box set through Era. I think it might have been Lauren's collection. I'm not sure. But Candyman on Scream Factory for $16. Are you nuts? Yes, of course I had to pick it up. I can't wait to watch it. I'm definitely going to have to write a review on it soon as well. Speaking of reviews, I haven't been doing my Letterboxd just because I've been being busy anyway. But yeah, wrapping it up with Candyman, very tasty pickups over the last month or so for the channel. I just wanted to take this time and thank you all for tuning into the Hertastic Reviews. I know it's been crazy, and I'm sure there was a little bit of an itch, maybe just a little bit, to check out what I've been up to and stuff like that. Another big announcement I've had for the channel is we made it to 100 subscribers. I don't know how it happened. I kind of have an idea how it happened, but we finally on this channel made it to 100 subscribers. It's a goal I never thought possible. It wasn't even something I even thought about in terms of like subscribers and how much you want and stuff like that. I just mostly did this channel for you all to have conversations with interesting people and learn about new things, which I definitely have. And you know, coming together for things like movies means a lot to me, and the community is awesome. You all have inspired me and motivated me, whether you wanted to or not, into becoming a better person and a better movie viewer and collector as well. And now being at 100 subscribers means a lot to me. It really does. But, you know, with that being said, I also want to personally thank Nathan Jones, who's been supporting me since the beginning of the channel back in November and through this experience as well. I want to thank him. David Harrington, dude, you're awesome. Thank you so much for all the feedback and having those great conversations. And he has an Instagram. I'll post a link in down below as well. He does drawings as well. He's getting a very solid collection himself. He did an awesome video on Schindler's List, I believe. So I'll see if I can find that video to put a link on there. Daisuke, as always, doing amazing things on your channel. Your views are inspiration to me. I also really want to thank Lauren's collection as well. She's been awesome. She has some great stuff in her collection. I'm actually always very jealous to watch her videos because I'm like, why don't I have that? Like, I need that. She does giveaways and stuff like that too. It's just a really great channel she has going on there, so definitely check that out as well. Chris Buie, my gosh, man, thanks always for hitting me up on Instagram and on the comments below. You always know how to spark really great conversations and stuff like that. Really do appreciate that. But those are just a couple people really off the top of my head I want to quickly thank, just because I've been gone for a month or so. Hopefully I can meet more of you on the subscribers, and you know, let's have some conversations down below. So what you have to do first is, you have to like this video or give it a thumbs down. Don't do that, but give it a thumbs up. Like, comment, or subscribe to the channel. Hit that notification bell because, you know, I'm sure you want to be bothered by me. So make sure you hit that, and let's start some conversations. You can also look me up on Instagram and on Twitter. I need to get back on that with the updates as well. But I seriously want to thank you all from the bottom of my heart. I hope you all have a wonderful Easter. Enjoy it with your family. Stay safe, all of you. My name's Chris again with the Hertastic Reviews here with another Blu-ray video. Stay tuned next time for another video. I'll see you next time.